Welcome friends, I am Dr. V.K. Chauhan, homeopathic physician. We are revising our psychology in terms of important topics for the first BHMS homeopathic students. The topic which we are dealing is topic number 21 and it is the memory. So let us see. The first year students can always get this kind of a question. Discuss briefly memory and its types. So let us recall how we can define the memory. The memory is our ability to encode, store, retain, and subsequently recall the information and past experiences in the human brain. The memory includes following. Number one is here the encoding. Encoding is processing information into memory, and that is what it is called as. Encoding takes place as under number one, structural encoding through focusing on what words look like. B. The phonic encoding through focusing on how words sound, and on semantic encoding is through focusing on the meaning of the words. Sorting. Once the information reaches the brain, process of storage begins. It takes place through the three sequential memory systems. A. The sensory memory. B. The short-term memory. C. The long-term memory. And sorting, you will see in this particular diagram. This is a model where sensory memory, if you give attention, goes into the short-term memory, and then if you keep on rehearsing, repeating the same thing again and again, it is transferred to long-term memory. And in retrieval, it comes through long-term memory to short-term memory, and you can remember the things very nicely. Types of memory. The memory type is determined on the basis of what information is and how long it is retained. So these are mainly three types: the sensory memory, the short-term memory, and the long-term memory. This diagrammatic representation tells us about the whole system of memory. Under the human memory, we have sensory memory, which is less than 1 second. Short-term memory, it is known as working memory, and it is less than 1 minute. The long-term memory, we can say it is a lifelong memory. The lifelong memory or long-term memory can further be divided into explicit memory, which is conscious, and implicit memory, which is unconscious. The conscious memory can be declarative memory. These are for facts and events, has further two subdivisions, which is episodic memory, which contains events and experiences, and semantic memory, which is about the facts and concepts. The same time, implicit memory, which is unconscious, is a procedural memory like skills and tasks. So let us see again types of memory. Number one, the sensory memory. It stores incoming sensory information in detail, but only for seconds. Second is a short-term memory. The things can be recalled which took place recently, a few days back. However, only 5 to 9 items can be remembered or stored in short-term memory which can be recalled. And that's why we have telephone numbers which is not more than 10. And third is the long-term memory. It has infinite capacity, and the information can stay there for long duration of period, say for the whole life of a person. Long-term memory is our brain's system for sorting, managing, and retrieving information. Long-term memory can be further divided into explicit memory or conscious memory. It has got two subgroups: the episodic memory, which is for events and experiences; semantic memory, which is for facts and concepts. Second, or B, was implicit memory, which is unconscious, and it has got one subgroup, the procedural memory, like skills and tasks. Explicit memory or conscious memory. Explicit memory sometimes referred to as declarative memory, which is for the facts and events. It requires a more concentrated effort to bring it on the surface. Declarative memory involves both semantic and episodic memory. The episodic memory is events and experiences, is a person's unique recollection of a specific event or an episode. The individuals are able to associate particular details with episodic memory, such as how they felt at the time and place and other particulars. Examples of episodic memory is vacation, last summer, first time traveled by the plane, first day at the new job, your marriage. The semantic memory, which is for facts and concepts. It is not connected to personal experiences. Semantic memory includes things that are common knowledge. For example, such as the names of the states, the sounds of letters, the capitals of countries, and other basic facts that are not in question. The implicit memory, unconscious memory. Implicit memory is sometimes referred to as unconscious memory or automatic memory. Implicit memory uses past experiences to remember things without thinking about them. Say for procedural memory, skill and tasks, it is subsets of implicit memory, the art of the long-term memory, responsible for knowing how to do things, also known as motor skills. Some examples include playing piano, ice skating, playing tennis, swimming, climbing stairs. Retrieval. Retrieval is the process of getting information out of memory. Retrieval cues are stimuli that help process of retrieval. Retrieval clues include associations, context, and moods. Bibliography. We have used following articles to prepare this particular small talk. Thank you very much for patient listening.